Hello everyone, welcome to Ghost Prime Transformer Reviews, and in this video we'll be taking a look at the spoiler pack Netflix Megatron. And yeah, I mean, there's not a lot to say. We've had a lot of these Megatrons. Really, the star of the pack is this little guy right here, Skelevoir. I think there'd be different names that they could come up with that weren't super close to another franchise that is having a resurgence. But hey, Skelevoir, actually, he's really cool. He's a repaint of Paleotrex. And even though I never got Paleotrex, really happy I got this guy. This guy, I'm also happy I got. But, so, without any further ado, let's get to the review. So as we normally do, let's take a look at the packaging. Spoilers inside. This picture is actually sort of not exactly representative of what you get. He has what looks to be a gladiator armor on. I wonder if this was pre-production, that they changed it. Because this would have been really cool. Gladiator armor would have been really rad to have on this guy. Our spoilers inside. Spoilers. There's this other side. Kind of looks like a gun box like the rest of them. I do like the vines. I think that's really cool. On the top, same with the vines, and has a faux handle with a really messed up looking Decepticon logo. Nothing really much on the bottom. And opening the top, we'll give you this right here, some Cybertronian writing. And this goop, which I have already opened. This is actually just black Play-Doh, which inside that comes this little accessory baggie with a few accessories. Again, nothing to write home about. I haven't even opened this yet. You also get a massive instruction booklet that looks like they were going to originally fold it the same way as all the rest. That just tells you how everything goes and transforms, which we pretty much already know. If you have Paleotrex, you already know how this works. The one thing that I can't seem to have to actually connect is the bandolier on top of the tank with the Matrix. More on that later. But he shows how he could go in a couple different modes with the different pieces of Skelevoir. Inside for accessories, you do get Megatron's fusion cannon, which has this sort of paintwork on it. Same with his gun. As you can see, there's blue right there, which on the Netflix one it is red. And you get the bandolier matrix, which this matrix does not come off. These are completely on there. It's one piece. And you get Skelevor's weapon, which is like a tail piece. And here he is armed up. And he has, looks pretty good. I mean, he's essentially Siege Megatron, the Netflix version, the standalone. And here is Skelevoir. As you can see, that purple lights up very nicely. It's a beautiful shade of purple. This is an absolute treat. Very nice. Overall, there's not much to this. The paint scheme on this guy, on Megatron, is essentially exactly the same as the Netflix version. The original Netflix standalone version. There's not much change. The only real change you get is this piece, which does come off. And you can actually put that on the other versions too, because it's just exactly the same figure. So you can kind of display it how you want. Now, he does come with this baggie here, which I have yet to open. So let me do so. And inside you get a couple blast effects pieces, like this one right here, which we have gotten before. There's in a translucent, kind of translucent, see if I can get that focus, blue color. And you get very teeny tiny Allspark. I don't know that this is the same Allspark that came with the Bumblebee. I'm not really sure. It's very hard for me to tell, and I can't get this thing in focus. There we go. It does have some symbols on it. And it does have, so where's that? There it is. A 3mm peg, so you could actually put it on Megatron as a blast effect piece, which is honestly kind of odd because it's supposed to go on his shoulder. If I could get this thing without the thing falling. So this does go on the shoulder here, which looks silly, has an Allspark stuck to him with that 3mm port. Of course, the blast effects do, and I just went ahead and added those real quick. So this is how he looks with every single accessory on him. Sure, I guess it's okay. I will probably just put those in a drawer and leave them. Paintwork is Siege Megatron. He does have this. This is different on the chest. Otherwise, it's the same. I personally do not have Siege Megatron, the Netflix version, and I'm not unhappy I got it. So we've already seen how this thing looks. We've seen I've done one video I think on articulation, so you can go ahead and look at my Siege Megatron video for that. However, let's do some comparisons real fast. So first things first, let's go ahead and take a look at him with the original Siege. Now, I do have this little piece from Soundwave in the back to look like the gun barrel sticking up for Megatron, but that's the original Siege. Again, you can tell he's the same figure. Here is the Siege Megatron, the 35th anniversary one, the cartoon colored one, the Hero Generation 2 version. It does have a retooled head. Why they didn't do him as the Gladiator, don't know, but it would be really cool with that head. I'm surprised they haven't used his head more than once. However, these are the 4 Megatrons I have that don't include the Earthrise. And soon to be adding to this will be the Shattered Glass. And as you see, I don't have the other Netflix one, but if you have all these plus the other one, you're gonna have 5. These are almost turning like Optimus Primes. They're just repainting these and getting us to buy them. So moving on, I did want to just take a quick look, a close-up look at Skelevor's face here. Now, you get this, oops, and get in there. You see he has some eyes that show up behind there. And this head actually looks amazing for being a clear repaint. This is just, it's a really gorgeous repaint, recast. It's just really, really nice. I love how it looks like that. Of course, then you open this up and the head is completely painted. Of course, it's the same head as Paleotrex, but those blue eyes really do shine through behind the skull mask. Very cool. And then he does have a, get focus, a Predacon symbol on his chest there. And the paintwork on it's pretty nice. He's got black, he's got some silver on him. It really sets it off pretty good. Definitely like the skull, the teeth. This is a nice repaint. This is something that is very cool, and I'm really, really glad that I have. I do believe that he goes with Nemesis Prime a little bit more because I think Paleotrex went with Optimus Primal, and the Nemesis Primal has kind of, this just really fits with the Nemesis Primal rather than Megatron. But, so you can pull this guy all apart, of course, and he does become weapons for Megatron. And he kind of comes all apart, legs, all different pieces here. And the head does come out. This head here, unpin it from there, kind of goes like that. This is one of the weapons. So you want to take this leg piece, disconnect it there from here. Take this piece, disconnect that, make sure they're all disconnected, and then take this piece, move that in here, kind of move that around so it matches up. Take the weapon, put that in like that, and you have an axe that Megatron can hold. Then you want to take this waist piece here and make sure that the little nub there is on that the male end is right there on the 3mm peg, or the 5mm peg, and then you want to take these pieces here, which were the feet in the robot mode, and move that piece around like that, and connect that there. Take one of the hands or the feet of the Dyno, connect that there, kind of move it like this. You have sort of that sort of design, right? And then do the same thing on the other side. As long as this thing stays in focus. Put it on. This one on here. So we have something that looks like this, kind of bend them over. Something that looks like that. So what we're left with is this piece here, the head. This little shield chest piece, and the head of the Dyno. Now let's take Megatron, bring him in here. And what you want to do, let's just take all this stuff off. This is unnecessary. Take his cannon out, his sword out. You want to take the head here. I think he's been feeling a little jealous of Beast Wars Megatron, so you give him a Dyno head there. Go ahead and stick this really in either hand. It is really tight to get in there. Shield. Go on his forearm right there. The axe could go out, like I said, the other hand, just like the head mace. Axe like this. And this piece here actually goes on his back. It goes in either one of these holes. So you could, of course, go with any other figure. Could do pretty much the same thing. Let's pull up a little bit on that so you can see how he looks. And I guess all in all, it's not terrible. He doesn't look terrible like this. It's okay. It is what it is. It's not too bad. You can kind of peg this here. You could, like, if you really want to fully arm him, what I've done is I've put his gun mounted there, and I'll take his sword and kind of stick it there. You could also stick it in the back piece, but it does kind of interfere. So he just kind of holds everything right there. And sure, why not? I do got to say, though, that axe looks cool. I do like the axe. And there is one other mode that you could do with all these parts. Okay, so the next one, we take the head here after we get him all disassembled, connect that, peg this into the jaw. So you have something that looks like this. And then you take this piece right here. And that goes, this piece right here goes in here. Like that. The tail section from the axe, actually the whole axe just sort of goes like that. So you have something that looks like, something that kind of looks like this, which is a very odd weapon. And then to get him to hold this, you're going to want to take this piece right here, take his hand and stick this completely all the way through, which again is very hard to get in there. Like that, all the way through, like that. So that will peg into the bottom here. Just like that. That becomes sort of a giant sword thing for him, which is very odd. So you want to take these, and from the last one, you go ahead and just leave these pieces in here. And these go like that. You put them down. It's similar to the last one. So the instructions say that these blast effects are supposed to go on here, but I can't seem to, I don't know how to get them to stay. There's no pegs to get them to stay. It's two female parts. But this goes on his back, the same fashion as before. Like so. And the weird thing is you get these, and these are supposed to be his feet. It's like stilts almost. So you just take them and plug them in here, like that, on both of his feet, which is, it's very odd. And I can't actually see this being a good way to do it. I don't mind that weapon, but I mean, he stands up and he's taller, but that's about it. It also says put the Allspark back there, but that's just stuck to his arm, so that's silly. And yeah, I mean, it's odd. And moving on to Skelevoir. He is kind of top heavy and hard to get to stand up. Definitely have this problem. So Skelevoir here is one I have not reviewed yet. I don't have Paleotrex, so I have to take it from this. Now, he is really cool. I will do some articulation on him. His arm could move 360 at the shoulder. He has bicep and a little over 90 at the elbow. Wrist swivels, finger toe swivel. His head could go all the way around, but it is tough to move it, and it hurts because of the spiky head helmet. He has 360 at the waist. Legs could go all the way up and pretty far back. He has over 90 at the knee. He does not have an ankle tilt per se. He has this, which I guess kind of counts. But something you could do. He does not look up or down or anything. He doesn't stand particularly well, but he definitely looks really cool. So like I said, I don't have the other version of him to compare him to, but I do have another repaint of him. I have the Transmutate version, or Transmutate. I do have the arms opposite just because. And yeah, so they are exactly the same with the exception of the head, of course. The head is different on Transmutate, but they are pretty much exactly the same. Otherwise, their parts are completely interchangeable. There's nothing different besides the head. But this guy is the stuff of nightmares, which is why I bought him. Otherwise, I don't know. I mean, look at this. Ah, that is nightmarish. I love it. So to get this guy into Dyno Mode, you just kind of disassemble him for the most part. You could leave this piece, kind of unpeg it, turn the head all the way around, kind of move it in like that, and get that shape. We will take the legs, take these off. These become the chest. This is a rib cage. Kind of move that in, and there are pegs on the inside here. And you just keep pulling things apart. And you get this is one of the pieces here. So this piece actually goes under. And this goes on like this. So they have these two pieces here, kind of like that. You could take the chest piece, a 5mm port that goes onto like this. Go ahead and just fold that around and peg it in on the other side in exactly the same fashion. If you get that in there, kind of like this. There we go. So you have something that looks similar to that. Move the arms down. Heads like that. So we have something like this. This piece right here pegs in like so. The legs and the hips. So this becomes the hip. The leg goes in like this. Kind of align it up so you have like a leg. You can pop that in to one of the sides. And the same thing for the other side. And the hardest piece to get on is this piece, which is a pain in the ass. There's two little tabs here, there, that go into there. Just kind of put that on his chest. Here he is in Dyno Mode. Of course, the colors really shine through here. He stands up fairly well. I love that head. It looks very cool in that translucent purple. The colors on him really, really good. Really nice colors on him. Colorations on this guy. Absolutely adore that. He is very cool. So let's get him kind of a comparison to how he is with Megatron in robot mode. Real quick, there's Megatron in robot mode. So you can see, kind of get an idea of height. He's like his little friend. And we're going to go ahead and get Megatron transformed in the tank. But again, I'm not going to show you because I'm sure you've already seen it. And if you haven't, I do have a review on Siege Megatron. It's exactly the same. So go ahead and check that out. He's in tank mode. So really the only thing, the difference between this one and the Netflix Megatron is there's blue that shows up on the cannon instead of red. Otherwise, it's exactly the same as the previous Netflix Megatron. It looks good, and it's, you know, Megatron tank mode. Now you are supposed to be able to put this on, and I can't for the life of me get it on how it says it's supposed to go on. It goes on here and here. It kind of clips on, but there's no clips on the underside, so I can only just kind of set it there. Which it would be kind of cool to have it like that, but it's kind of weird to have it just kind of out in the open. I guess you think you'd hide it. But yeah, you know, Netflix Megatron. So he's not for everyone. He's essentially exactly like the Netflix Megatron. Now, if you never got that Netflix Megatron, pick this up. It's actually really good. I love this, the matrix on the chest, the bandolier matrix. That's really cool. That sets it apart. I would say if you don't have a Siege Megatron, this is probably the one to get. But if you have them, have copies of them. I mean, they're like Starscreams nowadays. Oh my God. I can't believe I got another one of these. And I got the Shattered Glass one coming. Why do I do this to myself? This guy, though, is pretty cool. I do think that he works better as a weapon set for Nemesis Primal because of the head as sort of this Primal's weapon, right? He does work really well, and I love the purple. The translucent purple is gorgeous on him. This is definitely, I wouldn't say buy this set just for this guy. It's nothing to write home about. They've been hit and miss on the sets. I think the best set's still the Siege Nemesis Prime. I think that's the only set that's been really good. Really didn't need another one of these, but I didn't get the Netflix one. So that's why I give it a half recommendation. So if you like this set, go ahead and pick it up, but definitely like this video. Hit the thumbs down vote button if you have to. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.